gosh, I'm so excited. I am just excited. Hi, everybody. This is Dana coming at you live from Philadelphia. I am trying to manage these two setups, and it is a little bit harder than I thought it would be in terms of keeping focus. So I am currently also streaming live on YouTube, streaming live on Facebook. I am home with my kids. It is inevitable that they will find 97 freaking reasons to interrupt me while I try and do this. It's the reason why it takes me an hour to do my makeup is the freaking interruptions. So I'm going in again. This is, I'm putting eyebrows on. I just used a face primer. This is my dollar store face primer. I'm letting that soak in. It's to get rid of the redness and ruddiness of my skin. And then I use a little bit of the orange here, which you can probably, I think I'm like a little overexposed to the light, so you may not be able to exactly tell just how pale my face is right now, but it's because it's the green. Okay. I'm going to go in, and I got that one brow done again, just with the wax, kind of filling in the areas where the pencil left gaps. And again, what this is doing is building texture, using different types of brow products, building layers of texture, give the appearance of volume and a fullness of the brow. I kind of was talking and moved my eyebrows and screwed that one up, but I'm going to give this the old college try and get back to that bright light because it helps me to see better. All right, filling in the brows. Now, a lot of times my next step will be very dependent on the particular look that I'm going for. This product, the e.l.f. Eyebrow Wax Kit, comes with the wax and a powder, and that's fine. But what I like to do sometimes, if I am going for, if I'm hoping to kind of highlight the red in my hair to bring out the blue in my eyes, I'm going for like a more natural look. Then what I'm going to do is actually I'll go in with my Lorac Pro Matte palette. This was bought at the thrift store. Okay, so again, anything that I have that is name brand that would normally be very, very expensive, it's just it's either was given to me, was gifted to me, or I bought it at the thrift store. Palettes like this can really be very easily sanitized. So definitely check out your local thrift store. So sometimes I'll go in with this color burgundy. It does add a little bit of a more red tint. And I think that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm just gently tapping it. I'm not picking up a lot of color. And then gently going over it. I don't want to turn my whole eyebrow red. I just want to give it that hint of auburn. Okay. Now, the other thing to consider is that if you're not used to doing makeup, at many points along the way, you are going to look at your face and say, oh my God, why did I do that to myself? But don't worry, just keep blending. That's what my favorite YouTuber, Jamie French, says. She says, just don't worry, just keep blending. Just keep blending, keep blending, keep blending. It's fine. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep blending. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. I have let both my face primer and my color corrector kind of soak in a little bit more. I am having a little bit of redness here in this area. So I think I'm going to go back in. Again, this is my dollar store product that my husband loves that I shop there sometimes. Although he probably wishes I would shop there more. I don't blame him. I actually went back in and bought all of the store's color correctors because I just think they work so good. So this is going to be a little bit more color correcting, and you will probably see this a little bit darker in my skin. So I'm going to take, this is just an old sponge. You know, I wash it. I use it for everything. I do use it to pat my color correcting concealer in to the skin. It doesn't really absorb or pick it up. So you can see now we're really, really, really pale. My color does not look well. If I was trying to like convince my parents that I was too sick to go to school, this would work just fine. But we have to go ahead and go in and actually put our face on. So again, this is a live stream of me putting makeup on because some of my lady friends have requested it. I am turning 40 years old tomorrow and never really learned how to do makeup. I started doing it because I found one woman, her name is Bailey Sarian, and if she ever sees this, I would be so excited. But anyway, she's a great makeup artist, and she has this series called Murder, Mystery, and Makeup. And she tells an entire real life murder story while she puts her makeup on. So I really didn't care about the makeup, but she's stunningly gorgeous and incredibly talented. And she tells a great story. So I started following her and started picking up techniques. And after like 2 or 3 months of watching her things, I was like, well, maybe I could try to put makeup on too. So this is obviously not like a live stream for the fellas out there, but that's okay. I don't think many fellas are watching anyway. So I've gone in, I've done the color correcting. The next thing that I'm going to do is grab, this is just Revlon Color Stay 24-hour. The color here is porcelain. And what I do like about this product is that it comes in different formulations. So I picked up the formulation that is for normal to dry skin. But as a younger kid, in my 20s, I might have probably picked up the one for oily or combination skin. I like to make sure that I have a clean sponge to go in with. I think today I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is a gel sponge. Again, another dollar store purchase. This is nothing that, is going to break anybody's bank. Ladies, every old barn looks good with a new coat of paint, and that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to slap a new coat of paint on the barn, make it look pretty for the men folk out there, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead, squirt a little bit of my Color Stay makeup. I typically will need 2 full pumps of makeup, but not always. I'm not always there. So I'm just going to kind of dab my hand in here, and I'm going to start applying. And the other thing is that you want to blend, pat, forever. The thing that drives me nuts when I am watching makeup YouTubers, and I understand that for the sake of like keeping a video at a, keeping the video under a certain amount of minutes, but like sometimes they just skip right through. So you're like, well, how long am I supposed to be buffering this into my skin for? I'm not sure. So that's why I think doing it here live is important. I'm going to take my sponge, I think, to distribute this better. This teardrop sponge is silicone. The nice thing about the silicone is that it doesn't absorb any product. So I prefer to actually use the sponge to get the product smoothed across the face. And then once I've got it reasonably smoothed across the face, I'll go in with the teardrop sponge to really pat it in, really work it into the skin. And just don't be afraid, just keep patting. So all I've done at this point is the left part of my face and only up into the eyes and to the bridge of the nose. Okay, I'm still buffering. I'm still patting that in there. Remember, I got big pores, okay? So I think it's really important that for your makeup to look flawless, your pores have to be filled in. That's why we go several layers of foundation, several layers of prepping the skin just by washing it and moisturizing it properly, using a makeup primer, doing your color correcting. Sheesh. I mean, we're already like 30 minutes into this, and I haven't even started the hardest part for me anyway, which is the eyes. I really enjoy this part of makeup. I enjoy the putting on of the face. I think it's like almost magical because you start looking one way and you end up looking another. I think for women, it's really interesting to play with colors to see what colors, highlight the best features that you have about yourself. I've done a fairly decent job at pointing out the many faults that I see in my skin. But I think what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to go ahead and talk to you folks about what it is I like about my skin or about my physical features. One of the things I really like about my physical features is my nose shape. I think I kind of have like just a perfectly sloped nose. That being the case, that might be a feature that I want to highlight when I do my makeup. And so I have really enjoyed learning a little bit about sculpting and how to work with different face shapes, how to, again, highlight and accentuate all those features that we love so much about ourselves and how to hide or downplay the features that we feel a little less confident on. Yeah, I also have a big forehead. Don't be afraid to kind of get this product up into your hairline a little bit. We're gonna take care of that eventually. All right, so now I've really distributed the product all over my face, and I'm just gonna finish it up. I'm gonna keep going. This is gonna take a while. So I wanna know, what do you guys think Biden's speech is gonna do? Do you think he will address the quote unquote dilemma, as Jen Psaki calls it, at the border? Or do you think he will just completely ignore its very existence? Will he stumble over 10 words, or will he stumble over 100 words? Who knows? Round and round it goes, and where it stops, nobody knows. All right, folks. So as you can see, we have brought the face to a place of uniform paleness, which is where you want to be, okay? It takes all of this work just to get to the beginning. We haven't started the part of the makeup that really is centered and focused on artistry. This is all prep work. Okay. Let's see. Now, some ladies might have mentioned like that they would set their face at this point. Maybe I don't know enough about how this is supposed to work, but I personally don't feel like I need, like, setting up right now is necessary. I'm going to let this product really be absorbed well into my skin before I try to do anything with any powders, any sculpting, any contouring. We're not going to be doing any of that until I feel like this is really well soaked into my skin. So that's why I jump around from different parts of my face. It's to let the makeup set up in whatever part I've moved on from. So right now I have the eyebrows on. I've done my color correcting. I have the basic foundation shade on, my basic foundation on. I am going to go in now with a concealer, and I'm going to lighten those areas that I want to be maybe highlighted or brought forth a little bit more. Now for me, with this longer face that I have, what I want to do is really keep my highlight in here. I want this to be the lightest part, and I want to bring a little bit of shading in here. That'll bring my face down to like a more proportionate look. As you can see, I'm obviously not very, I don't get my feelings hurt. I'm very much aware of my own faults. I'm a bit of a smart ass. I like to curse. I know my dad and husband are not a fan of that part of myself, but that is what I like. Gotta let me be. Let me be who I am. Let me be who I am. If anybody is still watching, could you please just hit the thumbs up button? It would really help a lot. I appreciate it. We are going to move on now to the eyes, and I am going to grab this concealer I've had for a super long time, and I find it is one of the cleaner Revlon products that they make. The shade that I'm using here is Banana. When I bought this, I didn't realize that you would want that a shade like Banana, something with a little bit of yellow, would help brighten things up. But here we are, and that's what I have. I've found this. This I found at Giant Supermarket for $1.25. This is the old school Maybelline concealer stick, like the pancake stick. It's nice and thick, and I think it makes a really good eyelid prep to kind of give the eyeshadow something to hold on to. So what I'm going to do is use this yellow concealer. These are the areas where you will typically see stylists, beauty artists applying concealer. So we obviously have like the under the eyes, right? We all know that. But then also here. And then I see some here. I think the best makeup tool you can really use is your hand. I feel like it gives you an opportunity to spread the product out, to feel how it's being absorbed into your skin. It gives you a better sense over time what products really do work for your skin, which products don't work well together. So for an example, I have a product that I really, really love. Where is it? Let me find it. Now, this is something, again, that I found from Ipsy. Hold on, I can't find it. And it is a tinted face moisturizer. And it has a very light feel, and it gives very, very light coverage. But I mean, it could be buildable coverage if you wanted to. Now, what I had done one day is I put it down as a moisturizer. This was a mistake. It ruined my entire look. Here we go. a great product. I don't know how to say this. Kosas. It is the it is their tinted face oil. I don't want to squirt it because it's like, I don't know if you can say it. I'll just maybe do one little dab. It's just and it does come out slightly tinted, if you see it there. Once you rub it in though, it really, it's very, very light coverage. So this does not, because it's an oil, it seems like something with this and my foundation just doesn't mix. Just doesn't mix at all. Hold on, let me get this off my hand now. I thought I had wipes in here, but I'm woefully ill-prepared for a change. Okay, so I have applied concealer everywhere. I am giving that a hot minute to set up. I did see something that I would love to try, but I am hesitant to try anything new when I'm trying to help people understand how I do my makeup. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick to the look that I had done yesterday, that I know that it works, and then I don't have to worry about, because I'm feeling a little like uncertain about my next steps here. All right, so we're going to go in and do the eyes. One of the things that I really like about makeup is studying color theory. So I certainly can't tell you what eye makeup is going to look best for your eye color. I can only tell you what eye makeup looks best for my eye color. So for blue eyes, you want to look for colors that would be on the opposite end of the color wheel. So those are your browns, your auburns, your shimmery copper shades. They're going to really just bring out the blue in your eyes. I tend to go for a more natural, neutral brown look anyway, because I'm so unskilled at this, that to do things like a cut eye crease and the colors, it's just way out of my league right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in my, this is again, my Lorac Pro Matte shade that I use for, I swear, like everything. I'm going to go in with, I'm going to go in right now with this color Pink Mauve. Okay. I will more than likely use this color Linen, which is a really beautiful white. It's a matte white color. I will be using that later on to highlight this area here. But for now, I'm going to take down this brush and lay down some Pink Mauve color. And I'm just going to kind of do all over the eyelid and all the way up through the eye socket. Now, this is very crumbly. I fear this might be old, but that's okay. All right. Now, this is going to be my transition shade. I've brushed it almost over the entire eye. Okay. You can see when I look straight on into the camera, almost my entire eyelid disappears up into the eye socket, right? So if I go like this, you're going to see all the beautiful eyeshadow and my, you know, all the things that I've done. But once I open my eyes, it all disappears. So instead of putting my transition shade in the crease, I really am putting it on the entire eye socket. And I was always afraid that I was bringing that transition shade up too high, but I really realized that that is damn near impossible to do, especially if you're going with a more neutral shade. If I were going with really vibrant, bright colors here, then, you know, I might worry I took it up too high, but not right now. Again, hooded eyes, you need to place your transition shade into the socket, not into the crease. I mean, is there a huge difference? Not really, because I am covering the crease when I am putting this Pink Mauve color down, but I am going all the way up here to the eye socket instead of just staying in this crease area. This helps brighten the eye and bring it a little bit more up and open at the edges. After I go in with my Pink Mauve, the shade that I'm going to use, I'm going to attempt this like half cut crease kind of a look. I'm going to bring this very dark burgundy shade here in. This is also the same shade that I used when I was filling in my eyebrows. So I do have a little bit of that red shade in there already. And let's go ahead and find a brush that's going to apply this precisely where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and use this old angled brush that I have. God knows, this probably came in, my kids probably got this for their birthday. All right, so I'm going to take that color and bring it all the way in. Now here, I'm going to place the color where I want it, and then I'm going to drag it in. Okay. It's hard to do so you guys can see it, and so I can see it. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to go back in. And I'm really going to try to get this other eye to do the same thing. Like I said, don't be alarmed by how harsh this is right now. It's going to look harsh in the beginning. Before you've blended, before you've added all your shades, before you've layered, it's going to look a hot mess. It's all right. It's all right. You're going to get through it. It's a hot mess and you're okay. All right. So I'm going to use, this is actually a concealer brush, but I do like it for putting color down. Okay. Now again, I know, I am very well aware of the fact that this right now looks freaking crazy. I understand. I really, really do. Okay. One of the best things you can do is just keep blending. Just keep blending. Don't give up. You can go back in. This is the color I initially laid my transition shade down. I just brush off all of the excess because I don't want these colors to start getting all muddy, but I do need to blend this. So how much time am I going to spend blending these darker colors, this dark color into my eye? It really depends. I really just do it until I feel like it's done. I don't. Okay. Now, the other important thing that I've learned is that you always want to do a mix of both matte and shimmery shades. Okay, so I'm going to use the shimmery shade on the inside eyelid here and maybe a little bit in the inner corner just to kind of brighten things up because this is so dark. There is an element of unevenness that I'm noticing here, but can't quite pick up on in person, but I see it on camera. That's frustrating. All right, let's just keep going. It's something over here. Something about this not having enough color, not having dark enough color. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Okay. Now, a lot of women are going to suggest that you take this dark color and bring it down, almost as if it's a liner itself. I will be going back in a little bit later to clean this up and to make this a little bit straighter, okay? Same thing on this side. But I've used this large concealer brush and I've only used whatever of this eyeshadow is left from this, and I'm just bringing it under the eye. I'm lining the under eye, and I'm attempting to make this look more uniform. All right, so we're doing good so far. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and abandon my Lorac mallet. Oh, God, I can't even talk. It's time for tea and a poll, huh? Has Joe Biden fallen down yet? Can anybody update me? Is Joe Biden, did he hit the deck? Now, I think I might go in with this next color. I would typically, this is like my new favorite palette. I bought this from Ipsy, treated myself. This is the Violet Voss Essentials 2 palette. I got to tell you, bam, look at those colors. I'm going to pull them in real bright for the camera here. Isn't that just amazing? I love them. I love all these colors. Now, I was hopeful that these purples would come out like a little bit more vibrant, but they have not. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my color Copper, and I really want to pack this color on. I'm going to be bringing it on the whole eyelid and then blending it in with my cut crease here, and then we're going to go from there. So this is going to be a process. I'm just warning everybody who doesn't want to be a part of it. New York, New York. Where is my brush? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I'm getting lost. I don't know where my favorite brush is. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to stick to this old concealer brush. I'm just cleaning it off again. If I had makeup wipes, I would take my makeup wipes and be doing this on a makeup wipe. It's probably better, but wherever you go, there you are. So I'm going to make this work. I'm going to go ahead and I'm really debating, right? So I have this color here. It's called Say Whoa. And that looks really nice, doesn't it? I might go ahead and take that. I'm trying to look at Say Whoa and Copper next to each other. Copper definitely seems to be a little bit more on the red orangey side, and the Say Whoa is a little more neutral. But I think I'm going to go in with my Morphe palette and pick up Say Whoa. I'll see how it works. All right, it's picking. It seems to be picking up good. Let's see how it comes off. Huh. Oh, I wonder if it's not everything I'd hoped it would be. I see it. I see a little bit of it. Okay. It's a good place to blend. This is the blending spot. This is where we blend. This is where we do our blending. We don't give up on the blending. We just keep blending. Just keep blending. It'll eventually all come together. I promise you. I will not look like a nut by the end of this. I will look like somebody that would be worth photographing. Right now, I know it's not like that, guys. Just stick with me. Y'all are so generous to like hang around. I'm going to give up on this. Say, well, I'm really pissed. It seems like it's not doing what I wanted it to do. And so it's just still a little too dark. I need the I think I'm going to go ahead with this copper color. I'm not even going to bother cleaning the brush off though, because really the brush the colors are really similar enough that I don't think that it's going to be a big problem. All right. So again, picking up the color Copper, I am working it into my eye, and then I am going to blend, and pray that I don't look like a wild animal by the end of this. Okay. All right. I'm going to look at myself dead on here. I need to see where to. All right. This is why I'm not worried about fallout. I'm not worried about it not being even, because at the end, I take this and I sweep it, and it basically picks up any excess, takes it right off. Okay. This is a little bit more even now. I'm still feeling like it needs something else though. Right, back into the Lorac Pro, and I'm going to pick up this color Linen, and I am going to place it on my brow to highlight. Now, let me grab a large concealer brush. These are Wet n Wild products. Again, you can really pick them up anywhere. Dollar store, I think, is where I got these ones. Now, I am using a large concealer brush. I'm just going to tip the edge of it into the linen color here. Okay. Blow off the excess because it's very crumbly palette. I think, yeah, I'm getting a lot of fallout here. But I do need to go in and lighten up some of this because it's very dark. Okay, good. We're getting there. I know to many of you that it probably still seems like I look absolutely insane, and you may damn well be right about all that. I might be insane. All of this could be true. I am almost ready to keep going here. I'm thinking that my next step is going to be to go ahead and throw some mascara on. For those of you that are here, I'm going to be jumping over to Facebook Live. I want to be watching Joe Biden. I would like to suggest that we play a drinking game. Anytime Biden stumbles over a word or just stumbles getting on or off the stage, I think we all need to take a drag or take a drink. And let me tell you something. There is no reason why this man should still be being paraded about. He is making us appear weak to all of our world's greatest threats right now. And I'm just not impressed with any of his leadership skills. Anyway, I need to go ahead and I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to continue this on my YouTube channel. If you're here, then you already know how to get to it. Okay. Love you guys. Leave it a like if you could. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and jump on YouTube Live. Hi guys. And I want to, I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to find out what the latest scoop is. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump on YouTube and get his message up. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I could die. Okay. All right. Let's do. Oh, Biden, don't disappoint me now, baby. Biden. Let's just. No. Come on, give me live. Live. I want live. There we go. Biden's first live news conference. They're going to give me an ad. People. Let me know if that's too loud for you guys. I don't, I want you to be able to hear him. He looks freaking stunned. He's asking about COVID-19. They're asking about immigration reform, gun control.
All of us right now are a stiff, united opposition to Republicans on Capitol Hill.
Oh, no. I'm going to beat her. Oh, these children. Okay. Look, guy. Yeah. Well, nah.
I decided that it was a fairly basic, simple proposition.
He's not like saying anything. Super annoying.
To solve problems.
Right? Not to cause them there, Buster.
The American people, I stated from the outset, was COVID-19.
COVID-19. Are we still worried about that? I can't believe that he, it, and I don't care. I really don't. I'm not worried about people bringing COVID into this country at all. But I find it pretty freaking ironic that, they're testing kids in schools and not letting them into schools if they're positive, but they're allowing people that are knowingly positive to just go into these communities, and they're not making preparations for their care, for their shelter, for their food, medicine, practical needs, tampons. I mean, come on. All right. I am, this eye look, it's just not working for me, and I wish there was something I could do about it, but I don't think there is. I think it's a little too late for that, and I think that the best thing to do right now is to try and keep on keeping on with it and pray for the best. I need to get some orange here. I'm attempting to warm up this look a little bit. Right now, it's very, very brown. Haha, that was it. Bam! You see that orange go on there? This is going to light this whole look up. Wait till you see. Wait till you see. Bam! It's going to light the whole look up.
Here's the deal. I think my Republican colleagues are going to have to determine whether or not we want to work together, or they're decide that the way in which they want to proceed is to just decide to divide the country. Continue the politics of division.
The question was basically, how are you going to bring Republicans together? And his answer is pretty much like, I'm not.
Mr. President, can your presidency be a success if you can't make progress on those four challenges: climate change, immigration reform, gun control, voting rights?
Well, I plan on making progress on all of them.
All right. So my other favorite product that I use often, and is one of the first things that I bought, is my Rimmel Rainbow Edition Magnifies palette. One of my favorite colors is this yellow green here right in the middle. I'm actually going to go ahead and take some of that and apply it to the corners here. Again, I'm really just attempting to brighten up the look. I'm not happy with it. It came out like kind of dark and more brown than like the orangey shimmery brown I wanted. So I'm going in to color correct my mistakes, I suppose. These are such softball questions, man. It makes me sick. There's shit in AP Industries. These questions, they're wrapping up a compliment and acting like it's a question. The immigrants know that you are such a kind and gentle man that is why they are coming here. Like, do you have to kiss his ass even when you're asking him questions? Is that what you have to do to keep your job? Because I got to tell you, like, I don't think that's the kind of job I would want long term. All right. For the last time, I'm going in rose gold. Bam. Right on top. Bam. Right on top. Okay. I am actually going to be, I think, okay with this look once I do the full cleanup and sculpt and put some eyeshadow up, some mascara on, because right now it's just a bit very dark. Very, very dark. Okay. Oh, my stomach is growling. I'm so hungry.
Is that it's the time they can travel with the least likelihood of dying on the way because of the heat in the desert.
What?
Number one. Number two.
Okay,
they're coming because
is this really what he's trying?
Circumstances in country. The way to deal with this problem, and I started to deal with it back when I was a United States Senator. Vice President, putting together.
Yeah, 10,000 years ago, Joe. The plan sucks because the problem's still here.
Why people are leaving.
Tired of this shit, man.
He eliminated that funding. He didn't use it. He didn't do it.
Now, I've seen a lot of makeup artists. They'll go in now and do their liner. I'm not even going to attempt that.
To deal with what had been a problem and has been continued to be a problem for a long time. He, in fact, shut down the number of beds available. He did not fund HHS.
Yeah, I know that many makeup artists would recommend curling your eyelashes before doing this, and I myself would recommend that, but my girls broke my eyelash curl, so
a few days,
it's not happening.
But he dismantled all of that. So what we're doing now is attempting to rebuild the system.
Once the eyelashes are built up a little bit more, this eye look is going to really come together. We're going to move on. I'd like to think it's because I'm a nice guy. Right.
Every year. Let me say one other thing.
He's saying that they're not coming here because of they're not coming here because of him, even though they're all wearing his freaking literally wearing Biden t-shirts. They're coming because of the situations in their country, and it is meteorologically a good time to travel. That's what he's actually trying to convince us of right now.
Thousands, tens of thousands of people who are over 18 years of age and single people, one at a time coming, have been sent back.
Single people are being sent home.
Back the vast majority of the families that are coming. We're trying to work out now.
Send them back, family. I think they really have realized that they screwed the pooch on this one.
That's what's happening. They're not getting across the border. And those who are coming across the border who are unaccompanied children, we're moving rapidly to try to put in place what was dismantled, as I said. For example,
this palette was given to me by a neighbor. I can't, he's pissing me off so bad right now.
16 or 17 years old. We're not talking about ripping babies from mother's arms. Less than, I think it's 1.5% fall in the category of the very young. So what we're doing is we're providing for the space again to be able to get these kids out.
I just don't get it. Like, he's basically saying that they're sending people back, that people shouldn't come. They're sending back single adults. They're sending back most families, is what he said, that it is unaccompanied minors that they are trying to figure out what to do with. But the thing is, we already know that those child holding facilities, detention, whatever, the kids in cages, we know that they are at least 100% plus over capacity. So people are piled on top of one another. It's hard to get access to toilets, clean water. Then we also have to take into account that 80% of women are raped along the way. That's in transit, either by the coyotes, by their fellow travelers, or when they get here, sold into sex trafficking. So, you know, he can act like none of this is his fault, but the bottom line is they're not coming here wearing Trump shirts. They're coming here wearing Biden shirts. This Tartines Pro Glow Sculpting palette was given to me by my neighbor, and I love her so much. This is my favorite. I purchased because, again, my favorite YouTuber. I don't know if you heard that. Bam! Everything's okay. All right. Just don't kill each other. I'm going to go in with the color Sculpt. Now, when you are sculpting a face that is long, a lot of times when people sculpt, they're going to kind of go down and follow that natural hollow of their cheek. But when your face is already a little bit long, you certainly don't want to lengthen it. So instead of going more vertical, you're going to bring it more horizontal. So that's what I do. I bring it horizontal like that. In addition to the sculpting palette, I also purchased, though I have not become nearly as familiar as I would need to be to like put it on for you folks right now. I purchased this NYX Wonder Stick. My thing is it's like a cream. And after like the layers and layers of primer and color correcting and foundation and then concealer, and then like, it's just too much stuff. So once you get to like this cream product, for me, it's not working. Not yet. Anyway, I think it would be really good under certain circumstances, but it doesn't feel dark enough, or I'm just not good at blending it in. Like, I don't know what it is. I need to like study how to use it more. I'm going to use a thin angled brush. You can see it's not like a big, it's not a big fluffy brush. That's a really good setting brush. Oh my God, I don't have my favorite brush. How am I going to like set my face at the end? So disappointed. I'm going to see if one of my girls can get my brush. Anyway, it's not round. You can see the difference in the shape. It is angled differently. So picking up a decent amount of product here. If you can see that. I'm going to start here. I'm going to look in this mirror, because if I try and do it looking there, I'm going to look like a goddamn clown. All right. I'm going to start here at the hollow of my cheek, and I'm going to bring it across. See, I'm more across. I'm not down. I'm more across. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Good. All right. And we're getting there. We are getting there, folks. We're getting there. Okay. Good. See how it looks. Okay. So that is the, oh, Lord, do not dip it in the blue, Dana. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to fill this in a little bit more. I'll tell you what, I really just set the sculpting powder down, and I don't mess with it. I don't blend it. I don't do any of the things you're supposed to do. So screw me, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and pick up more of this Sculpt. I am going to be shading in my forehead a little bit more on the heavier side than maybe most folks would do. The reason, again, is that because I have a longer face, I'm trying to shade it so that it looks a little bit smaller this way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and listen to Joe Biden and tell you all shit he's talking. He's talking about filibusters. I'm sure he's planning some wretched executive order. And we're going to shade a little bit under the chin, a little bit under the nose. Now we get to, okay, so we sculpted the forehead, the cheeks, a little bit here, okay, a little bit here. So it doesn't go up your nose. Take a big breath in and let it get under that nose, honey. All right. So that is as far as I'm going to take the sculpting. Okay. I don't use my highlighter until after I blush. So the next step for me is going to be this L'Oreal True Match Cool Blush. And the shade is, for me, my very pale, cool skin. It's called Rosy Outlook. And it's very, very pretty. So now I'm going to use my round fluffy brush and I'm going to swirl it a lot. I pick up a lot of blush. Now, here's what I'm going to say. For everyday wear, for out and about, a whole ton of blush is not necessary. But for camera, for whatever reason, the lights tend to make you look so washed out that putting on an excessive amount of blush is kind of what's normal. So if you were to see me, if you were to see me today, you'd almost certainly be like, honey, you got a little too much makeup on. But because I'm doing it for the camera, it's slightly different. So I'm going to pick up a ton of product. I'm going to smile because I'm like so happy to be here. And Joe Biden just looks like a walking meat tent. You know what I mean? Like she's like a bag of bones. I'm not convinced that he's not like a freaking animatronic at this point, right? All right. So I don't know if you can see a difference. I see it. I see it on camera. I see like the warmth here where it's still kind of white and just colorless there. So I'm bringing color to this area. And as I'm blending the color in, I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I do have great cheekbones and I have a beautiful nose. Those are the features that I really like. I like the color of my eyes. Not a huge fan of the shape or the size, but I can get over that. Picking up more product now. Smile again because I'm happy to be here. What do you guys have planned for the next couple of days? Tomorrow is Friday, so I assume y'all are looking forward to the weekend. I am. Tomorrow's actually my 40th birthday, so my husband's going to take me out to dinner. My father's going to watch the kids because I really do. I'm really, really lucky, you know. Like I know a lot of girls that grow up and they just grow up like with just shitty dads, like just shitty dads. And it's the one thing, you know, when we start talking about things like mass murders and just violence in general, what is more consistent across perpetrators than race, socioeconomic status, or faith, or whatever, and income, like what kind of a socioeconomic background they came from. The one thing that is consistent with these people, there is no dad. There's no dad. Dad's got to be there. Dad's got to be there. Okay. I realized I didn't sculpt my nose. So I take my little angle brush. I'm hoping that my husband buys me some stuff tomorrow. I know there's a couple products and brushes I've been wanting, and my daughters know what they are, so I'm sure he's going to go and let them shop for me or whatever. Or I'll take them shopping. I don't care. I'm going to, again, pick up a little bit more of this strobe. And I don't need that much. I don't need a lot because I don't need to really do a lot of sculpting here. But I am going to take it. And I'm going to keep it like this. And I'm just going to. I mean, he's like still blaming Trump. I mean, the man's been in politics for half a freaking century. Trump was in there for 4 years and he's blaming everything on him. It just doesn't even make sense. It's like they elevate Trump to the point of being like a demigod. How is he universally responsible for goddamn everything? I don't understand. Dads, you got to stick around. All right. So I go ahead and I do a little bit of shading. Sculpting there around my nose. I feel like it's a little dark on that side. Okay. All right. So at this point, we are almost 100% done. We are almost finished with this look, and I am so excited to finally get to the end of it with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead. I did my blush. I applied it to the other side. I brought that little bit of rosy outlook. I'm going to get that, you know, where the... All right. Now I am going to do a little bit of blending. I'm going to do a little bit of blending where the sculpting is. This brush can be handled really lightly, so it can be quite useful for that. All right, so we're done with that. I'm so excited, but you guys, we're almost done. I'm going to throw on one more coat of mascara. I'm going to also do the lower lashes. This is, again, very hard to do without a mirror very close to you. Start as far down close to the eyelid as you can. Wiggle and drag that stick up and on out. And bring your lashes with it, girl. All right? Drag it, wiggle, wiggle, and drag. Wiggle and drag. We're going to wiggle and drag. That's how Biden's going to be getting his ass up the steps of Air Force One next time. Wiggle and drag. I couldn't believe that, like, nobody went to help him. Like, by the third fall, I was concerned, and I don't even like the bastard.
Joe Biden's a nice guy. He'll take care of it. What a desperate act to have to take. Circumstances must be horrible.
All right.
So we can do something about it.
Fudge me. All right. All right. Bringing this whole look together now, guys. All right. After the sculpting, after the blush, we add a little bit of highlighter. Again, this is something that I tend to do with a brush that it is not designed for that purpose, and I am okay with that. I hope you are too. I'm going to go ahead and grab this brush. I think right now this is the best choice. And again, back into this palette that I just absolutely freaking love. So now I'm going to pick up this strobe color. I almost never use these colors. Now this one I think might have gotten wet or something. Maybe this one too. It looks like it's dug into. I could see the shade Lit being a highlighter for when in the summer when I'm a little bit darker toned. But right now I'm super light skinned. Again, like, it's so easy to pick up too much highlighter. And I'm not trying to look, I mean.
What's your reaction? What is your reaction to these images?
Again, I'm highlighting the nose because I like it.
What's happening inside?
And we're also going to highlight here the cheekbones. Just going to, again, drag that there. And I'm going to drag that here.
That's why we're going to be moving thousands of those kids out. That's why
Now, I don't
we've got
get exactly the point of this, but a lot of people go around the brow like to highlight it. I got a little bit of a pimple there, so I'm not exactly trying to bring attention to it. The very next choice is makeup. The very next thing to worry about is lipstick. And then we are going to shellac this whole look and take final pictures and maybe listen a little bit more Biden's bullshit. I don't know. I need a few minutes to just sit and smoke and chill out. And I hope you guys, I hope people will join me. It's for me here at our house, it is spring break. Our kids are off for the next week and a half. Like I mentioned, tomorrow is my birthday. I plan on going out to dinner, just me and my husband, which I'm really excited about. I have a feeling I kind of know a lot of the gifts I'm getting. I'm super excited about that too. Like I said, the whole makeup thing for me has just become like super fun to play and experiment with. I really like pulling these looks together. I am debating going for like a more natural nude lip. There's a lot going on with the eyes. The eyes are pretty dark. I would normally not go ahead and pick like a darker shade of color. But I think because this is so brown, I need something that pops a little bit more than a neutral shade would. And so in that vein, I'm going to go ahead. This is something I picked up at the dollar store too that I'm absolutely in love with. Let me show it to y'all. Goddamn thing will probably fall apart on me. So it's designed for paintbrushes and whatnot, but it works really well at just holding regular brushes. It also holds my pencils, my lip and eyeliners. It's great for when you wash and have to dry your brushes. You can put a couple sponges in there down the bottom. I am going to see, I really like this. This came out, this looks very red, but it came out way more purple. I'm going to sharpen it down a little bit and see if maybe a little bit more of the pigment is saved underneath. Now, what I like about this is it actually came with its own little built-in sharpener. So I'm going to get down a little bit more into that color. See what it's like. And I think it's still that More purple than red. Okay.
Do you think it's possible
More
that
purple than red. Do I want purple?
Sir, do you believe though it's possible we could have troops there next year?
Oh, man. Somebody's asking about troops.
Okay. It's like it's not being able to be worked out to begin with. How's that done? But we're not staying.
My lipsticks. This little candy apple pink.
We will leave. The question is, when
I'm thinking. Pinky pink pink.
Sir, do you believe though it's possible we could have troops there next year?
This is more of a berry.
I can't
Definitely
picture
brighter.
that being the case.
Definitely brighter. Oh, that's actually very red. Very, very red.
Okay.
This is like a candy bubblegum pink.
Thank
I
you very
don't
much.
feel pink. I feel
Given
red.
the conditions
Let's
that
do red. I don't normally do red, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do red because I don't do red. Again, I have, because I'm old, because I smoke,
have access.
because I have some autoimmune diseases that affect my connective tissue. I have a lot of just really wrinkly, crepey skin. You can't see it here on camera unless you, like, unfortunately have me projected up on your TV, in which case I apologize. You can probably see everything. But I really would always steer away from wearing any kind of lipstick simply because the feathering of the lipstick was just so bad that it was never worth it. So I'd always just stick to like a neutral gloss or a tinted lip balm. Again, not fancy at all. So I'm going to go ahead and actually do like a really bright red lip. It's way outside of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do it just for fun. What I recommend to people that again, just maybe have, older skin, or they deal with issues with feathering. Lip primer. This one is from e.l.f. I know there are other brands. This is just the first one I ever picked up. It has a primer on one side, a plumper on the other. I don't find myself using the plumper as much because by the time I use the primer, lay down my liner and then my lipstick color, I have a really nice plumping lip gloss that I like. And I just don't find that I like the shimmer and shine that this adds. And how it kind of fills in a little bit of wrinkles that are left. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this e.l.f. lip primer, and it looks like a little itty bitty tiny lipstick. I'm going to take a nice deep pull before I do that, though. He's so full of shit. He's saying that Trump's policies didn't slow immigration down. Are you fucking kidding me? He's got a lot of nerve. Oh, okay. Now we're going to pat this into the lips. Kind of mash it. Do that. You know what? Like, instead of this being a press conference where he's really trying to get to the American people, he's just bashing Trump. I'm so tired of it. Like, speak about what you've done.
Any actions will you take, and what is your red line on North Korea?
She's asking about North Korea.
Let me say
I do want to hear that.
Number one, UN Resolution 1718 was violated by those particular missiles that were tested. Number one.
All right, he's at least saying it's a violation.
Allies, partners, and there will be responses if they choose to escalate. We will respond accordingly.
If they escalate, we will respond accordingly, he says.
For some form of
Very
diplomacy. But it has to be conditioned upon the
Can you
end
hear this? I'm
result
trying
of
to.
denuclearization. So
He still hasn't really said anything of value.
that's what we're doing right now, consulting with our allies.
Very
We only got another hour now, okay?
She is for his hard line on North Korea, and he's like, we're going to consult with our allies, which basically means that he is a ballless, sackless, pathetic wonder who doesn't feel like the United States can unilaterally make decisions against a crazy dictator like the dear leader, whatever the hell they make him call him. Okay.
Hang on a second,
I've let this primer kind of set up. It's totally dry. The tackiness is gone. That's how I know it's set up. I'm going to go ahead and have my mirror here while I line my lips. I don't go crazy with the overlining. Again, I think that's a great look for young, plump skin. It's not for me. I'm going to stay right on my natural line. What I might do is when I do my gloss, I will go all the way up. I don't know. Should I? I don't know if I'm doing it.
Don't manage to pass voting rights legislation, that your party is going to lose seats and possibly lose control of the House and the Senate in 2022.
What I'm worried about is how un-American this whole initiative is. It's sick. It's sick. Deciding in some states that you cannot bring water to people standing in line, waiting to vote. Deciding that you're going to end voting at 5 o'clock when working people are just getting off work. Deciding that there will be no absentee ballots under the most rigid circumstances.
Yeah, it's the way it should be.
Design, and I'm going to spend my time doing three things.
All right, so you see that I've lined my lips. I am going to add a little bit of extra liner here to the corner. It brings the attention of the lip a little bit more forward, and I'm going to add a little bit here to make a little pouty lip look.
Find this despicable. Republican voters.
Hi, baby, you need me?
Folks out.
Kids are here.
Outside this
They're
White
done
House.
school. It's spring break. Okay. So there we go. I have filled in those corners here. I love how the camera really just brings out things like evenness and how everything kind of comes together. It's really impressive. All right, so the final thing that we are going to go for here, son of a bitch. You know, when my kids get into my lipsticks and stuff, I don't mind, but they always do this where they smash it to pieces. Hey, Erin, would you mind bringing me like a pack of makeup wipes in the bathroom? I don't care. Green one, blue one. It really doesn't matter. With all the colors and foundation, I have like a layer of sludge over my hands that I can't even begin to describe to people. I just feel so gross. You are a doll, baby. Thank you. I'm live, so you need to get changed if you want to come in here. Okay? Kids are going to be coming in, which is fine. We're at the end here anyway. Oh, God, that feels good. Look, just my hands are gross. Okay.
Says you have only spoken to each other once since you took office, and that you have moved far left since taking office.
No shit.
Do you see it the same way he does? Have you rejected bipartisanship?
Yeah, he has.
When's the last time a president invited the opposite party down at least a half a dozen times to talk about issues, everything from how we work?
All right, here we go. Oh my God.
House, on how we
so red.
Our ability to make computer chips, and how we get ahead of the game, how we can work together. We're working together on a bunch of things. But look, I know. Got to fill in some issues here. I would expect Mitch to say exactly what he said, but this is a matter of making sure that I would like elected Republican support. But what I know I have now is I have electoral support from Republican voters. This, to me, feels so uncomfortable right now. Unless Mitch says the last thing I did, this last piece of legislation is so far left, well, then you ought to take a look at his support. Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize you guys. And I don't know. I don't think I can pull the webcam up because really I am already done. So there we go. So again, that is the completed look.
Mr. President, I have a question for you, but first, I'd like
I don't like these red lips at all. I really think I'm going to have to go ahead and change them. What do you think?
Okay, I'll make it quick. It's a quick question.
No, I need a different color.
Regarding the filibuster, at John Lewis's funeral, President Barack Obama said he believed the filibuster was a relic of the Jim Crow era. Do you agree?
Yes.
If not, why not abolish it if it's a relic of the Jim Crow era?
Gonna try again. Gonna go with the
successful electoral politics is the art of possible.
God, as if he didn't get all these freaking questions in advance. I mean, not for nothing, but I know that he cannot think on his feet this quick.
First. It's been abused from the time it came into being by an extreme way in the last 20 years. Let's deal with the abuse first.
Now I'm going in for like a more berry, purple kind of color.
I answered your question.
You also just made some news by saying that you are going to run for re-election.
I said that is my expectation.
So is that a yes that you are running for re-election?
Look, I don't know where you guys come from, man. I've never been able to travel. I'm a great respecter of fate. I've never been able to plan 3.5 years ahead for certain.
And if you do,
In other words, I'm 78, and I don't want to say I'm going to be there because really I'm aware of my own mortality. So, okay, I respect that. It's probably
and do you
all right.
believe you'll be running against
All right,
former
Joe
President
Biden.
Trump?
You get it, baby.
Oh, come on. I don't even think about it. I have no idea.
I would, oh God.
I have no idea who will be
I
the
don't know.
Republican Party.
Yeah.
Do you? I know you don't have to answer my question, but I mean, do you? I mean, look,
He's funny. He's asking her questions.
The way I view things, I've become a great respecter of fate in my life. I set a goal.
Here we go.
that's
This
in
is
front
going
of
to
me
be better. I
get
can already
things done.
tell. Ugh, let's
People
get
I
the
care
blob
most
off.
about.
All right.
But your hard-working, decent
Okay.
American people have getting really having it stuck to them. I want to change the paradigm. I want to change the paradigm. We start to reward work, not just wealth. I want to change the paradigm. If you notice, didn't you find it kind of interesting that my Republican friends were worried about that the cost, the taxes that had to be had, if there is any tax to be had, as they talk about it, in dealing with
Now,
the act that
I feel
just
better about
passed,
this color.
which puts money in people's pockets, ordinary people. Do you hear that
But,
complaint? When they passed close to $2 trillion
What do you
Trump tax cut, 83% going to the top 1%.
what I really need to do is pull in my hair and my my dress. I kind of just have like a regular old tank top, but let's just say, okay, so I'm tank top on. Nothing crazy's going on here. But God knows if you see censors would probably say something. Okay, so let's pretend it is an evening look. So, for example, this might be my look for tomorrow's date night. We're going out to dinner, so maybe. Yeah. Now I've learned how to do makeup. I've not learned how to do hair. God help me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing there. I'm going to, because I'm done, I'm going to apply this setting spray. Setting spray is one of those things I have found that just makes like a world of difference in your look. But before you do any setting spray, you need to clean your brush off. Again, this is what I prefer to do. This gets my schmutz off. And then you do that. And then I'm going to pick up my setting powder. I have Joa. I'm unfamiliar with this brand. I found that it's CVS. I've been happy with their products. I have a couple brushes. I have the setting powder. I think maybe a liner or shadow, something like that. Anyway, I like it. Setting powder just really mattifies the look. Don't necessarily need it in the areas where you've already applied things like sculptor, highlighter, blush, all those things. Do you want to take a big fluffy brush? If I had my big fluffy brush, I would bring it. I can't stand to listen. It just doesn't sound like, okay. And then in terms of the setting powder, you just start here and kind of work it out. It is super fine. It feels so silky smooth and soft on the skin. It is really just like a pleasure to apply. It feels like heaven. And what the setting powder will do is it will kind of solidify the look. It will get everything cued down where it needs to be. And put the lid back on that. And the final step, finally an hour plus into this experience, and I wasn't even really interrupted. I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild matte finishing spray. I also have and also really, really like this. It's the more natural finish. Right now, my face is feeling a little gunky, so I really want to mattify everything. It's like hairspray for your face. It works really good. It will, you want to be careful like that you don't apply it and keep your eyes closed, because if it wets your mascara it will leave like permanent marks under the eyes. But thankfully that did not happen. So that is it. That is the completed look. Again, I'm going to need to put on like a black dress and pin the hair up, pull a couple curls down. And final step is this plumping gloss. Now, I don't know if you follow the news, but China seriously put down the U.S. today at their first diplomatic meeting. It did not go well, and they're asking Biden about it now. There we go. So, again, we went for a very neutral shaded eye. One of the things that I am hoping to pick up in the very near future is a set of false eyelashes. I've never used those myself. I've never applied those to myself, I should say. I've watched a couple videos about how to do it. There are a couple different products out there that I think look really interesting. If you are a makeup person and you use false eyelashes pretty regularly, could you kind of let me know what your favorite product is, your favorite kind of lashes? I prefer, I think I'm going to prefer like a little bit fuller of a lash, but I don't know how that's going to go. And I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable applying it myself. I get a little bit wonky when it comes to the eyes. I did buy glue and eyelashes, but unfortunately the glue is all dried out. It was very disappointing. It was a very colorful look and really needed the deep, dark fake eyelashes to set it off. What I am going to do at this point is probably continue to play for a little bit. This is pretty much the end, guys. Feel free to click off at any time. Please give it a thumbs up before you do, though. I am going to, because I'm feeling spicy, I'm thinking about adding, I have this gold. It's from Revlon, and it's a color. How's it say? Color change. I was holding it upside down. Revlon color change, and it's this really pretty yellow gold color. So I'm thinking about trying to lighten up my eyes more. I'm still really unhappy with the way that they turned out. I'm happy with everything else. I'm just not happy with my eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of this color here. I'm going to pull it on a brush that is supposed to be a large concealer brush, but I'm going to not be using it for concealer. I'm going to be trying to add some highlights in here. I am patting a ton of this down, and it is perfect. Yes, that is what I was looking for. Okay, now I feel like the look. Now that's it. See, when you know what you're looking for, you might be able to look and say, something ain't right. You can't exactly say what it is, and you just have to keep playing. Just keep playing. So I'm going to pick up a really good amount of this color. I am patting it right on the eyelid, and it is brightening things up in a really glorious way here. Yes, it's turning this from like the muddy brown into the gold eyelid I was hoping for. That is it. Okay, girl, that is it. Look, can I bat these eyelashes at you? Okay, I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm just playing. I am like quite happily married. My husband's really handsome. 6'6", and he works really, really hard. He is just, if we had more dads and husbands like him around, I think we would have a lot better society. The number one thing that all of these mass murderers have in common, the number one thing that you will find in any prison system that you go to, especially, I would like to say especially female, but male too. The one thing that is consistent is not race, religion, or creed. It is fatherlessness. The biggest problem this country has is fatherlessness. Not only do we have an issue with fatherlessness, but we have an issue with parents that are generally detached from the rearing of their children through technology, daycares, school systems. We are really not living as true communal people the way we are designed. My advice to all of you: we have to be realistic about the struggles that our country is going to face under a Biden presidency. I don't think the Biden part will last long. I think that the Harris part will be coming in very, very soon to take over via the 25th Amendment. I'm just adding like a crap ton of glitter around my eyes, this glitter powder. I'm essentially lining the bottom of the eye with it. Bringing it up and around. Bringing it up and around. And because it is a yellow gold color, it does help to counteract the dark circles under the eyes that I have from years of child rearing. Oh, Lord. Guys, Biden's still talking. Like, I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I'm not even interested in what he has to say anymore, because I just feel like all of these answers have been prepared in advance, have been told to him in advance. None of this is off the cuff. I don't believe he's smart enough to handle it. I think that Kamala Harris is going to be taking over soon. I just don't think that he has the mental capacity to stick with this for the long term. Maybe it's just me. I am hoping that the rest of this day goes well for you. I am about to go downstairs and prepare my husband some pork chops with roasted potatoes. I think we're going to do roasted potatoes, and I have a crap ton of asparagus. So everything's going to be in the oven, and hopefully that will make cleanup and preparation easy. I am going to be signing off. I hope you guys have a great day. Be nice to one another, and remember, just love, guys. Love you guys.